Welcome, dear viewers, to a gripping showdown on the high seas. In a shocking turn of events, the U.S. Navy's legendary Ghost Battleships find themselves in a heated confrontation with a formidable Chinese warship in the South China Sea. Stay tuned as we unveil the incredible details of this maritime clash that had the world on the edge of its seat. Before we dive into this astonishing encounter, let's acquaint ourselves with the U.S. Navy's mysterious Ghost Battleships. These modern marvels are known for their advanced technology and stealth capabilities, making them virtually invisible to radar. Meanwhile, in the vast South China Sea, a powerful Chinese warship sails with determination. This ship is equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry and a skilled crew, ready for any challenge. As the tension escalates, the Ghost Battleships encounter the Chinese warship. In a high-stakes game of maritime chess, the world watches as these titans of the sea engage in a tense standoff. In a heart-pounding moment, a collision occurs, setting off a chain reaction of events. The clash between these naval giants sends shockwaves through the South China Sea. U.S. Navy drone ships, or unmanned surface vessels, USVs, made a first-ever visit to a key ally in the Western Pacific this week as the Pentagon takes a hard look at drones as tools to counter China's military mass. Ranger and Mariner, two USVs, arrived at Fleet Activities Yokosuka in Japan on Monday, the Navy's 7th Fleet said in a statement on Thursday. The scheduled port visit came during Integrated Battle Problem, IBP 23.2, which is an ongoing event that focuses on testing, developing, and evaluating the capabilities of drone boats. The two ships, like several others, are part of a project called Ghost Fleet Overlord, which began in 2018 and is a way to integrate large unmanned surface vessels into the Navy. Ranger and Mariner are part of Unmanned Surface Vessel Division 1, USVDIV-1, a unit that manages drone boat integration and experimentation. Unmanned and autonomous technologies are key to growing our distributed maritime operations framework, said Rear Admiral Blake Converse, Deputy Commander of U.S. Pacific Fleet, in the statement. By proliferating our presence in the Pacific and increasing the fleet's situational awareness and lethality, we give ourselves more options to make better decisions at all levels of leadership. IBP 23.2 is the first time that USVs have been employed in the 7th Fleet Area of Responsibility, which covers an area of more than 124 million square kilometers across the Indo-Pacific region and encompasses 36 maritime countries. Before arriving in Japan earlier this week, the Navy said USVDIV-1 participated last month in joint exercises with the Navy and U.S. Marine Corps, where the drone boats were integrated with Carrier Strike Group 1, organized around the aircraft carrier U.S. Carl Vinson. Through the integration of unmanned platforms in our operations, we continue to forge a culture of learning and innovation within our Navy and with joint partners to deliver warfighting advantage, said Rear Admiral Carlos Sardiello, commander of Carrier Strike Group 1, in the statement. Testing and integrating emerging technologies in a demanding real-world operational environment is vital to providing feedback that informs our progress in this domain. The Navy's continued experimentation with USVs comes amid a push from the Pentagon to counter China's growing military by fielding more drones in the future. Beijing in recent years has surpassed the U.S. in the number of ships and submarines it has, and it tends to build them faster than Washington, only widening the gap. Faced with this problem, and the increasing threat of a potential war over Taiwan, the Pentagon in late August announced a new vision known as the Replicator Initiative, in which the U.S. plans to eventually field thousands of autonomous systems like unmanned aircraft and boats in the coming months. We've set a big goal for Replicator, to field attritable autonomous systems at a scale of multiple thousands, in multiple domains, within the next 18 to 24 months. Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks said at a conference in early September. She said the initiative will help the U.S. overcome the PRC's advantage in mass. More ships, more missiles, more forces. Now is the time to scale, with systems that are harder to plan for, harder to hit, and harder to beat than those of potential competitors, Hicks said. And we'll do so while remaining steadfast to our responsible and ethical approach to AI and autonomous systems, where DoD has been a world leader for over a decade. Two of the Navy's Ghost Fleet unmanned surface vessel prototypes fold into Yokosuka, Japan, this week as part of a Pacific roadshow to introduce the fleet to the possibility of USVs, service officials said on Thursday. USVs Mariner and Ranger and the Staff Unmanned Surface Vessel Division, one left California last month and sailed to Hawaii as part of a wide-ranging testing program for the Navy's future USV fleet, Seimbra. Jeremiah Daly told reporters in a phone interview from Japan. The service believes unmanned or optionally manned vessels will be key to how the Navy's surface fleet will operate in the future by extending the awareness and deepening the magazines of manned ships, Daly said. The ability to turn one surface action group of 3 destroyers and a certain number of USVs and convert them into 3 surface action groups covering 3 or 4 or 5 times more space is a game changer, he said. Mariner and Ranger are technology demonstrators for the Navy's large USV. The service is set to finalize requirements for the first LUSV by the end of the year and wants to have 9 under contract by fiscal year 2028. USNI News reported earlier this year. The LUSV will be capable of weeks-long deployments and transoceanic transits and operate aggregated with carrier strike groups, amphibious-ready groups, surface action groups, and individual manned combatants, reads the Navy's FY 2024 budget documents. As news of this intense clash spreads, nations around the world respond with concern and curiosity. The incident sparks a global conversation on the complexities of maritime conflicts. In the aftermath of the collision, both sides assess the damage and implications. What will this incident mean for the geopolitical landscape of the South China Sea and beyond? And that, dear viewers, concludes our epic journey into the confrontation between the U.S. Navy's Ghost Battleships and a formidable Chinese warship in the South China Sea. Be sure to like and subscribe for more thrilling content. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe on the high seas.